Morning, guys. I had a little issue with the tractor, so I need to put some weight in the front of this thing because of the weight of the backhoe. It works fine, but it's just a little light in the front end. So what I'm doing is taking windshield wiper fluid, -20, and filling the tires with it. Now, I've used a percentage on mine. I will, if I can find it again, I will put a link to tire size and how much liquid it will hold. What you want to do is bring your tire liquid up to about the top of the rim. That's about all you want to do. So what I'm going to do now is let all the air out of the tire. When you're taking these out, be sure you don't lose your stem. Either that or have some extra ones. Anyway, here's your stem. I bought this little tool off of eBay, and I also bought this little gizmo here, this little silver gizmo. Now it screws right onto a hose. Then it screws right onto your valve stem, and I'm getting ready to do that now. Because these are tube tires, and I do not want to lose my end of my tube. So I'm screwing this on, and the reason I put this Y on here is because you can bleed the air off a lot quicker this way than this little gizmo it comes with. It's a little button here, and it lets the air out, but it's very slow. This way, I put this Y on, I can bleed it right out, plus I can shut the pump on and off. I got this little pump here. It's basically for spraying on tanks. You can get them at Home Depot. But I had this one laying around, so I thought, well, I'm going to hook this up. And of course you can see here I've got quite a picture of what I've put together, but it works. So as soon as the air is out of this, I will turn the pump on. This is a 15-pound pump. Now you can get 30-pound pumps, which are pretty nice, and they pump faster. So if you're going to buy one to do stuff like this, I would get the little bigger one. But 15 pounds on a tire, front end tire, works just fine. And what happens is at 15 pounds, this pump will shut off. Where you're 30 pounds, it will shut off at 30 pounds. I've taken and let the jack down. You want your stem at the top, and what you're trying to do is fill the water up to, or your windshield wiper fluid up to this level. There's been a lot of tests run, and you can find them on YouTube here, where they've taken windshield wiper fluid and put partially water in it to see the freezing rate of it and antifreeze and blah blah blah. And windshield wiper fluid did really, really good. Plus, from what I've read, it will not rust your rims and stuff. In this case, it doesn't matter because we're using, it's going in tubes. And windshield wiper fluid, you can catch it on sale. And there's some places that will give you a good break if you buy a dozen of them or more. And but sometimes you can find them on sale for like 99 cents each. So anyway, I've got a blend here for my area. You need to do some research to find out windshield wiper fluid to water ratio that will work in your area. This tractor's kept in the barn all winter. So, and we're in a pretty mild climate here. It does freeze, but very rare do we even have a snow here. Maybe once or twice a year we get a dusting. That's about it. Okay, now I'm going to jack up the front end of the tractor to take weight off the wheel since the air's out. Now, okay, I can rotate the tire now. I want to make sure my stem's at the top. My pump here, it has a button right here. I can plug it on. And what I did is just hook it up to the battery. It's 12 volt. So, make sure my valves are off. Kick the pump on. Now when you get it so far, then stop and either bleed it off with this little button here, or do like I did and use the water. Just squirt a little bit of water because it holds it right in here. But then it bleeds it so much faster. And kick your pump back on. I use 5-gallon buckets here because that way I know how much liquid is going into these tires. What it's doing is pulling the windshield wiper fluid and water combination out of the bucket here and putting it in the tire. About every 25% of the bucket, I stop it, bleed the air off. I have this little weight thing, you can use anything, to put it on the bottom to hold the hose to the bottom. Okay, I'm down about 50% of this bucket now, so I'm going to bleed her off. You get a little squirt of water. And you'll hear it stop when no air is coming out, and then start your pump back up. Now, something else I should say. If you got tubeless tires, you can actually do this by setting just a bucket up here, priming it, and doing it by gravity. It'll work that way. It's slower, but it'll work that way. Okay, I'm down about 3/4 of the way in my bucket, so much faster that way. I've actually seen guys make a big manifold with a pressure gauge and the whole works, but if you know what your pump is pumping, you don't need a pressure gauge until you get ready to put more air in it, which I will. I'm not going to stop filling until I get my fluid squirting back out. That means it'll be at the top of the rim. Get that off as fast as you can. Put your stem in. Hold it. Be careful, don't shoot out of there. That's it. Now I'll take it over to the wood shop and fill it up with air. Let the pressure off of it here, and that's it. Save these things, this and this. It really feels better with the front end with a little bit of weight on it. Didn't take that much. I mean, what are we talking, Joe? Say 8 times 8 is 64. So we got about 64 pounds in each wheel. It used to just kind of scoot for a second in the drive. Now it don't do that anymore. Just enough weight. Anyway, I want to show you a couple things over here on the tractor. Get a picture back here, Joe. This here is a stabilizer bar, and there was no good place to connect it here, so I put it on actually all the way up here on the same pin on the backhoe. So it works out good. There's one on each side, and I need to do a little adjusting here, but other than that, it's good. Now I want to show you something on the exhaust I did. The exhaust used to come from here and go straight back, right underneath where I'd be sitting. So what I did is I welded a piece on to get my angle right again, to get it halfway straight. What I did is bought a J, come up here, added the muffler, added this, and what I did over here is what I've used one of the old brackets, come around here, and on the shield up here I put a bolt in, and it basically holds this thing really nice and stiff. I didn't want to be sitting back there on the backhoe breathing fumes constantly. because I'm going to spend more time back there on that than I am bush hogging or something. And then there's enough air movement out here that it could go either anyway. Also, something I did on this old tractor was take the old filter, which was a case that had this filter on the inside of it. What I did is buy a conversion kit, and I can use a new filter now. And it was amazing. I went from about 25 pounds of pressure to almost 40 by switching this over. Okay guys, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to show you some updates on the tractor and what I've been doing. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.